Season is in the books.
It's the Pizza Hut Lakers Postgame Show.
Delivered by new melts from Pizza Hut. Cheesy, crispy, and loaded with toppings for just $6.99. Enough for two, price for one. New Pizza Hut melts, only at Pizza Hut.
Lakers basketball is a final.
877-710 ESPN.
It's the Pizza Hut Lakers Postgame Show.
Tipping off now.
Now, here's Alan Sliwa.
All right, tough loss for the Lakers tonight at Crypto.com. Losing double overtime against the Dallas Mavericks. 119-115, the final score. We know how important every one of these games are for the Lakers. It's actually the first game of the second half of the season for the Lake Show. And lose the first game of a 5-game homestand. Interesting game, right? You start off down 19. You're saying to yourself, and Dallas is one of those teams. If they're hitting their threes, it's really tough to stop them. But live and die by the three. That's literally how they play every single one of their games. You go down 19, and the Lakers claw back, and they get it all the way down to within 4. Then after that, Dallas extends a lead. I want to say halftime, it's an 11-point lead for the Mavs. Lakers come back. By the time the fourth quarter starts, it's down to a 6-point deficit, and then it's kind of back and forth from there. Nobody's really taking too big of a lead. Lakers had an opportunity in regulation. Luka's one of the best players in the world, if he's not the best player in the world. Lakers were up 3, had an opportunity to commit a foul and see if they could send Luka to the free throw line, who, by the way, that's the only area I think he was poor at tonight. He was 3 of 7 from the free throw line. They don't. Luka hits a step-back 3, ties the game, sends it in overtime. You want to make a case Troy Brown Jr. got fouled? I'm all ears because I thought he got fouled too. Lakers didn't, or the refs didn't call it. Got to overtime. Again, Lakers, about 45 seconds left. Luka, kind of a similar move. I think this time it's on Troy Brown Jr. Step-back 3, ties the game up. Braun tries to drive the ball to the basket at the end of the first overtime. If you want to make a case that he got fouled, I'm all ears on that one too. But ultimately, Luka, with his 35, 14, and 13 and played 53 minutes, was too much for the Lakers. Laker fans, if you're out there, you're just leaving Crypto.com, and you want to shoot us a call and talk Lakers basketball, 877-710-ESPN if you're listening on the app. If you're on any of our social platforms, we're live today on all our social platforms, so we appreciate you guys being a part of that. 877-710-ESPN. On top of that, if you need a break from the everyday, well, fans, it might be your lucky day, because tonight, Fantasy Springs Resort Casino is giving away a 2-night stay, plus dinner and golf or bowling for 2. Make any day your lucky day. Book now at FantasySpringsResort.com. All right, We'll get some of these calls in, but I do want to go to Lakers head coach Darvin Ham because I think tonight will be an interesting interview. Of course, he's going to be asked a question, kind of what his thought process was towards the end of that game. Here's Lakers head coach Darvin Ham.
Darvin, of several kind of key moments throughout the crunch time and overtime included, I wanted to ask you about the play where Luka hits the step-back 3, what you guys wanted to get done defensively, and if you were looking to foul versus trying not to get at. So what was the plan there?
No, we weren't looking to foul. Everything was red after it's in. Hit if we needed to. Felt confident in the 5 guys we had out there defending. And he did what Luka does. He made a shot. I'm kicking myself in the butt. I needed to coach a little better in that instance. We should have blitzed him, but, again, or at least force him inside the three-point line. And, those situations is kind of chaotic, a bunch of chatter, everything's going on. You're trying to figure out, the matchups, and we're going to read it and switch anyway. So that. I'll take the bullet for that. That's on me. We have to be better defensively in those moments and force someone else to beat us.
I mean, you guys go to double OT, and there were chances in both the extra sessions. But I want to get back to the end of regulation and the look that Troy Brown Jr. got. What did you see on the play?
I mean, it looked to me like it was a foul on the shot. I'm not wanting to blame the officiating, and I won't start now. But it just looked clear as day like it was a foul. Maybe I could be wrong, but even still watching it after the game, it looked like a foul on his follow-through. But, we had a lot of different chances to not be in that situation also. I'm proud of our team. They competed their butts off after being down 19. But, at the same time, we got to do a better job finishing at the rim. We got to do a better job knocking down free throws as well, to not even be in a situation where we're dependent on a whistle.
Darvin, it looked early on, especially in that first quarter, that the blitzing strategy was not going that well against Luka. What changed, and how were you guys able to kind of keep a lid on him throughout the second half? I think it was only 4 for 11 in the second half when he took that last shot.
I just think pressing up on him, being more aggressive. We wanted to keep a body on him, deny him whenever he was off the ball. And then our backside, when we did hit him, our backside defense, our guys off the ball, they were in the stance, ready to rotate, do what they needed to do, give multiple efforts to contest, and create that indecision. And we did a great job rebounding out of those moments as well when we double teamed them. So it just it stings, man, to lose a game like this. But we just got to fill our cups back up, go back, look at it, learn from it, and get ready to compete on Sunday.
Hey, Darvin. I think the only sub you made in either overtime was with 11 seconds left in the double OT. How do you gauge kind of in the moment lineups that are working versus maybe, getting fresh legs in there?
Well, it's a tough deal because you have 5 guys that's great, that's mustered up some chemistry and have a great flow together. And then you also battling what you said, like trying to get guys a breather. And trying to, you got to be careful with that too, because I rode that group, for long stretches, a very long stretch from the fourth quarter to the second OT, and to bring a guy in cold off the bench, you never want to subject anyone to injury, so you try to use your timeouts in a way that can get breaks. Hopefully the other team calls a timeout as well. You can steal a little rest, but you just have, I just decided to go with those 5, and I would do the same thing again, and we just had a couple plays that didn't fall our way.
Darvin, Ty Lue used to say that like LeBron would get stronger the more he played, that he wanted to play all those minutes. Do you ever see him look tired on the court? Do you ever see him look like he wants a breather?
He's great about flagging me or alerting one of the assistant coaches that he needs a breather, and it was timeouts, and sometimes he's feeling the wave. The game is going so good, he's in a good rhythm. We're fighting back or trying to hold on, so he'll power through it. But at times where he gets fatigued, he'll signal me, he'll signal one of the guys or one of the staff members, and we'll try to get him out of there and get him a breather. It just so happened tonight we ran him straight through, and but he takes great care of himself. And tomorrow will be an individual day, a treatment day, and then we'll get back to it on Saturday and to start preparing. Again, learning from this game, things that went right, things that went wrong, and then try to focus on Philly and again come back and do it again, and hopefully get it right on Sunday.
All right, that's Lakers head coach Darvin Ham right there. So the plan was not to foul Luka there, but he did talk about how the Lakers should have done a better job of blitzing Luka. All right, we're going to take some of your phone calls when we come back. Plus, we'll get a chance to hear from Troy Brown Jr., some of the other players. Stay right here. Pizza Hut Lakers postgame show on 710 ESPN.
It's playoff season, and ESPNLA is throwing a Wild Card Monday football watch party. It's all happening Monday, January 16th at Yamava Resort and Casino's new 909 Sports Bar. Sedano and Cap will be broadcasting live from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the 909, featuring wall-to-wall LEDs with more than 150 screens, 32 craft beers, and 4 restaurants. Win prizes and experience one of Southern California's best bars to watch sports. The 909. Food, beer, fandom. Must be 21. Please gamble responsibly.
Hey, Laker fans, John Ireland here. Have you downloaded the new ESPNLA app? You got to get this thing. It's great. You can get Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, Sedano and Cap, and all of our Lakers talk with Slee right in the palm of your hand.
You're just one tap away from everything Lakers. You could even win Lakers tickets.
React to the Lakers on ESPNLA app.
Download the new ESPNLA app in the App Store or on Google Play.
The people.
Oh, that's right. We gonna press the flesh this Monday at Yamaval Resort and Casino. Join Sedano and Cap as we are throwing a super wild card Monday football watch party. The Cowboys and the Bucks battle. It's all happening Monday at Yamaval Resort and Casino. The 909 Sports Bar. Sedano and Cap. Producer Lindsay broadcasting live 4 to 6 p.m. at the 909. Come on out. Must be 21. Please gamble responsibly and be there Monday afternoon at Yamaval with Sedano and Cap at 710 ESPN.
This is the Pizza Hut Lakers postgame show.
Highlights from tonight's Lakers game and your reaction on the Lakers line.
Presented by Pizza Hut. Try the new Detroit style from Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hi, this is Anthony Davis of your Los Angeles Lakers.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
It's time for Lakers postgame with Sliwa.
Now, here's Alan Sliwa.
All right, Points in the Paint all season long is sponsored by Vista Paint. Right now, local residents can take 40% off on factory direct high-quality Vista Paint products. A Vista Paint team member will show you how locally owned, manufactured, and operated since 1956. Visit VistaPaint.com and start saving. Points in the Paint tonight. Give the advantage to the Lakers 64-60. 119-115 the final score. Lakers lose in double OT to Luka and the Dallas Mavericks. I will say one thing here before I take a couple calls. Darvin Ham had no excuses there at the end of the game. Did not complain about the referees. Talked about how the team can do a better job, and the question was specifically about that Troy Brown Jr. shot at the final play of regulation. And I will say this about the coach of the Lakers. It seems like every one of these games, with Anthony Davis, without Anthony Davis, with the role players, without the role players, they're playing tough. I mean, he certainly has these guys fighting and believing, and it's unfortunate that they're 4 games below 500, sitting in 13th place. Of course, they're still in the mix of everything, but it's unfortunate because I think he's doing a really, really nice job with the Lakers so far this year, and you know, we still got, 40 games left to go. But games like this are the ones that hurt because you feel like, hey, I think the Lakers, they played good enough to get that W, and Dallas is saying the same thing, and they found a way to get it. Perry and OC. Perry, what's going on? Thank you for calling in.
Hello. How you doing?
Good, man. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, man, I just like to say, man, Darvin Ham is the Tyronn Lue, the big Tyronn Lue of coaching. He's the only man I know that can coach guys that don't have talent, but he gets 100% out of them all the time, man. And you couldn't say that about our coach last year, but this guy is you want to win for him. When you got players that want to win for you, they're going to try hard for you because they know you're a good guy. And he just has that touch that he just loves to challenge you, and that's what I like about this year. Even though we lost, I don't like moral wins, but we should have got this one. But he admitted he should have fouled or at least put him at the line or something, But he's learning on the job, and he's doing a heck of a job, man. And let's go, Miles Leonard. Let's get Miles Leonard in here and DeMarcus Cousins. Let's go.
Appreciate you calling in. Thanks for calling in, Perry. One of the things I will say is I do agree that, right now you can't really make excuses. You're just trying to get wins. You're trying to battle, and he's not making excuses. He's got to get healthy, too. That the health part of it right now for the Lakers is such a big problem. And whenever Anthony Davis does come back, some of those other role players, we're going to find out, hey, is this team, are they winning 3 or 4 games, or are they winning 2 or 3 games, something along. That's what they're going to have to. That's the type of ground they're going to have to make up. But as of right now, where we sit today, I I don't walk into games questioning, hey, the Lakers, are they going to be in the game? Are they going to fight? Are they going to battle? He certainly has a team doing that. Ken in Newport Beach. What's going on, Ken?
Hey. Hi, Alan. First off, the last guy, nice guy, but he missed the most important point of the game. And in the interviews at the end, he said, no, he had no idea of fouling. There's not a coach of the NBA knowing that guy is the number one last-second shooter in the NBA. And that's a fact. 3 points at the end of the game. You're up by 3. There's not a coach in the NBA that would not have fouled to make sure that the 3-point shooter, maybe the MVP, gets a shot. Also, I have to complain about his interview when he said, no, I had no idea of changing any of the players in the overtimes. Well, Brown was useless. Schroeder was 3 for 13 and 0 for 6. And when you leave the game to LeBron only and you don't make any substitutions, and LeBron, yeah, he was 9 for 28, which is 32%. He was 0 for 6. His last 4 games, he's 2 for 23 from 3. What you're going to get is they're double teaming. And then you got a choice. He's going to either take a bad 3-pointer, which he's, like I said, you know what his numbers are, or he's going to throw it to somebody who's not in a position to throw the basket.
Well, Ken, let me jump in here. I will say this on the no coach would have not fouled Luka. Unfortunately, I think there's a lot of coaches that are still not fouling. I think what Darvin Ham was talking about, I got to throw an extra guy at him. I got to force. It's kind of what the Mavs were trying to do with LeBron, right? Well, if we throw a second guy at him, then we're going to take our chances with somebody else shooting the ball, somebody else having to make a decision. That's what you got to do with Luka too. And Luka's going to make the right pass, but you want any one of those other guys taking that shot other than Luka. Luka's big time. This is what he does. Luka, games on TNT, you're at crypto, you got Laker fans cheering against you. That's what these unbelievable stars do, and he does it at such a young age. Let's take a quick listen here. I want to listen to Russ. Russ got a chance to connect with the media. 28 points for him. Here's Russ on the Lakers' loss.
Russ, you guys had erased the big deficit, and you go up 3 when you hit the 2 free throws. So what did you see as the plan before Luke ends up getting that step-back 3, and how did you feel about the execution?
Made a tough shot. Simple as that.
You guys have had a lot of these losses this year, and yet before the win streak, how do you handle that just emotionally as you try to push forward and when these things have happened more than once?
You just move on, figure out how to execute better, how to win these games. It's about all you can do.
What is it about this Mavericks team that got your and the entire team's kind of competitive juices overflowing? It seemed like everyone was locked in, animated tonight.
I don't know. I can't really speak for everybody else, but I compete the same way every night, whoever is on the floor.
When you guys are playing in double OT, obviously you train your bodies to play a 2-game season, but what does it feel like in that final session after being on the court that long?
I feel great. I mean, honestly, for me, I feel great. I'm just happy to be on the floor to compete.
Russ, Darvin said he wished that he had told the team to blitz Luka on the last shot of regulation. What do you think of the schemes, especially on those shots that Luka tied in regulation OT, and what do you think of the defense overall on Luka tonight?
Whatever the coaches ask us to do, that's what we do. That particular possession, we got a 1-on-1, hit a tough shot. Live with it.
Russ, what have you made, not just tonight, but in general, of kind of this team's kind of crunch time execution offensively? And I think, tonight, 5 of 17 in the 2 overtimes. What can you guys do to be more efficient in overtime?
It just depends on kind of shots we're getting, where they are, where we're running. But watch film and kind of see what that looks like.
All right, that's Russell Westbrook right there. Troy Brown Jr. played 38 minutes for the Lakers, and I want to see if he gets his thoughts on that final possession in regulation. Let's take a listen to Troy Brown Jr.
Yeah, no, for sure. I definitely could have went either way. We definitely had some looks and stuff like that could have went, but, it is what it is. So yeah.
Was there contact at the end of regulation when you shot that three from Tim Hardaway?
I thought so, but obviously I don't get paid the ref. Obviously they're human. They make mistakes. When I saw it, he wasn't really looking at the contact of it. He was looking more at the ball. So, it is what it is. That's not my job to ref, and I'm not going to sit here and decide who should have did what. They didn't call it. We go into OT, so it is what it is.
Dan spoke to one of the refs as a pool reporter, and they said it was a legal call. They stand by it. They said he got contact with the ball first, and then it's a high five contact. I'm just curious your reaction to their interpretation.
It's a foul. What TV say is a fucking foul.
Yeah, at the end of the day, for me, like I said, I stand on how I stand on it. I'm not deciding or picking or anything like that. At the end of the day, like I said, they're human. I thought there was contact. If they don't call it, it is what it is. That's not my job to ref. So.
Troy, after that first quarter, what do you think changed about the defensive effort, especially the way you guys guarded Luka?
Honestly, I just felt like we put more intensity into the game. Obviously, we knew we had to fight back, and definitely figuring out rotations and stuff like that, especially with me coming back and guys being in a rotation and stuff. So just figuring out what five to put on the floor, especially when they're playing so many guards. They're playing small ball. They're playing with Christian Woods. We have TB. We have Gabriel. So it's one of those things we're trying to figure out what works. And so that was the biggest thing. I felt like our rotations were different, and then we just decided to pick it up. So
I know you guys obviously didn't come out on top in this one, but has the feeling changed in some of these close games? Is there more confidence now that you guys have been able to kind of pull out more of them?
Yeah, I would say so. I think the biggest thing for us is just figuring it out. That's the biggest thing, is we fighting for wins and finishing it at the end. That's the biggest thing. I feel like at the end of the games, a lot of times right now we're executing, we're getting to our spots, we're kind of figuring out who to go to and what works. So I would say that's the biggest thing. Obviously tonight it didn't work like that, but I feel like watching them on the 5-game winning streak and being a part of that a little bit, definitely could see some of that.
All right, that's Troy Brown Jr. there. He gave his thoughts on that final play. You could hear Bron in the background. He certainly has his own opinion. When we come back, let's get a chance to listen to LeBron James and give our final thoughts on this one. Stay right here. This is the Pizza Hut Lakers postgame show on 17.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Cap. I'm up here in Mammoth. It's cold, it's loud, but what's interesting is when you come up to a place like this, everybody's got a Subaru because active lifestyle. Everybody wants to be part of coming up to the mountains and having a great time, and that's what you see with Subaru drivers. And right now, between right this second,
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There is no mistake. There's no mistake.
There's
mistake. The mistake. Come on. Seriously? Well, that's right here. It says mistake. Okay. There's a mistake.
No! I'm an idiot. No, I cannot find it. Something here?
Double the.
Son of
I don't see it, no. There's a mistake on this page?
Yeah.
Oh, there's 2 thus.
There you are.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You beat Slee.
Yeah.
No, I can't find a mistake. Look at the words. Can you? Still don't see it?
Find the. Yeah, there's 2 thus. You find the mistake. God, I feel dumb.
Oh, DD?
Yeah,
It's double DD. Am I the only one that got it?
All right, tough loss for the Lakers tonight. They lose in double OT, 119 to 115. Next game for the Lakers coming up is on Sunday. They got the Philadelphia 76ers, so it's not going to get much easier. LeBron tonight, not an LBJ type of game. 47 minutes for LeBron. 9 of 28 from the field, 0 of 7 from the three-point line. You could tell it's tired legs. Still had 24 points, 16 rebounds, and also had 9 assists. Here's LBJ on the Lakers' loss in double OT.
LeBron, there were a number of moments, I suppose, that the game could have gone either way, but what stands out to you, whether it was the Luka 3 or the various fouls that could have, would have, should have on either end? Are there things that are at the top of that list for you?
No. Good fall game between both teams, and both teams had the opportunity to win the game, and they took advantage of it, and they capitalized.
You guys had the 5-game winning streak. That aside, there have been a lot of these moments of close games where it seemed like the result could have gone your way. How do you keep the team sort of motivated through that as you get further into the season?
Just keep playing the game. Each game is his own challenge, and tonight was another challenge, and we had some ups and downs, but we gave ourselves a chance to win, and we just didn't come through late in the game.
When I was asking Troy in the locker room about the no call at the end of regulation, we hear you reacting to it in the locker room. The referees claimed that it was the correct call. I was just curious interpretation.
Obviously.
When the game's going on in overtime and you guys are trying, obviously both teams figure each other out at that point, and you're just trying to, get the best look possible. When you're not having your best night from 3, does it enter in your mind, or is it just, I got a shot here, I'm going to take it?
No, when I got a shot, I take it. I work too hard on my game and on my craft to ever quit myself with any shot that I take. So just an off night for me, but I don't question any shot that I take.
LeBron, Darvin said he wished that he had told the defense to blitz Luka on the last shot of regulation. What did you think of the looks that you guys gave Luka on some of those key shots, and what did you think of the defense overall and Luka in the game?
Big time players make big time shots. It's that simple.
LeBron, this team has been uneven, I would say, like in crunch time situations. Have you seen any through lines? Similar to the Boston game, you guys fight back to put yourselves in a position to win. Same tonight. It's happened a couple other times. What are you seeing kind of late in your guys' execution?
The one consistent thing that we have is a billion different lineups. That's the most consistent. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I was going to say, and when it's, for whatever reason, when it's that way, does that just kind of, in those moments, does that just kind of push everything to a stop when there's no rhythm, trust, continuity?
It's not about trust, because we have trust with whoever's on the floor. But at the end of the day, you have teams have closing lineups. And when we got so many guys that's in and out of the lineup, or we got guys that's, right now we got a lot of guys that's banged up. So it's almost like who's in a good rhythm that night is going to be probably on the floor, along with myself and Russ.
Hey, Bron, I know you mentioned that you've taken a lot from opposing coaches over the years, like Pop, Casey, Carlisle. Obviously, Jay Kidd used to be your coach. I'm curious, what are sort of the main things that you've learned from him, both playing against him as a coach and as an opposing coach now?
Not only has he been my coach, he's been my teammate as well in the Olympics. I've been knowing Jay for quite a while. He's I've went against him as well as a player in the postseason as well. My early days in Cleveland, he's in New Jersey at the time, but I've never been great at this, but he's always tried to preach to me about patience, always. He's one of the most calm and collective guys that I've ever been around. He never gets too high, never gets too low, and always has a great calming voice. about the positive side of things. I haven't been great at that, but I listen to him. it's hard to apply sometimes, but he's definitely taught me a lot. I'll take that friendship and that brotherhood that we've built over 20 years with a lot of gratitude.
Yes. LeBron, you guys are just past the halfway mark. Obviously, you had a 5-game win streak, back-to-back losses just now, kind of dampening that. What are you feeling in terms of are you feeling patience right now that this team can kind of come around and be what you want it to be?
I think ever since we made the trade for AD to bring him here, our whole thing was about health. It's not changed. As actions before the season started, do we think Russ can work? And I said, how can we know that if we've not been on the floor together? I think you guys said we was on the floor like 21 games last year. So we haven't had the best luck of health, I would say, especially this year now again. So I can't tell you what I can want out of this ball club until we got AR out, AD's out, Pat was out tonight, Lonnie's been out. Those are 4 of our big time rotation guys, and AD being the biggest. So.
All right, that's LBJ, the king right there, talking about the Lakers' loss, talking about specific plays during the game, and also talking about Anthony Davis's health is obviously going to be the key to everything that the Lakers do. Final score tonight, 119-115. A couple things I'm going to shout out here real quick. First off, thank you to Michael Funches, Rebecca Womble, Wilbert Flores, Josh Martinez, and Parker Bell handling the social media side of things. We'll be back tomorrow morning, so we'll get a chance to talk Lakers basketball. Keyshawn, J-Will, and Max will start things off at 6 a.m. I'll come on with Travis Rogers after that from 10 a.m. to 1. Full shows tomorrow. Sedano and Cap. Mason Island right after us, then Sedano and Cap. We'll kind of dig a little bit deeper on how the Lakers lost this game, Luka's performance, where the Lakers go from here. Next game I mentioned is Sunday night. So Lakers taking on Joel Embiid and James Harden. That game starts at 6:30. Tip-off will be at 5 o'clock. So that's when we'll do our next Lakers broadcast. I appreciate you guys being a part of the show. I'm Alan Sliwa. This has been the Pizza Hut Lakers postgame show on 710 ESPN.
Thank you for listening to Lakers basketball tonight. Game 42 of the season is in the books.
Lakers basketball on ESPNLA is sponsored by Subaru of Glendale,
the #1 volume Subaru dealer in California.
Lakers basketball delivered by new melts from Pizza Hut. Cheesy, crispy, and loaded with toppings for just $6.99. Enough for 2, price for 1. New Pizza Hut melts.